All right. Welcome to the Leadership Mastermind Group, NG Infinitely Powerful Souls Leadership Mastermind Group. So there's two things in that video I want you to keep in your subconscious mind, my friends. I've listened to this video for well over 1,000 times. And when I first listened to this video, I literally would have tears in my eyes because I was going after some big dreams and I didn't know how to make it happen. But he said, you can touch millions of people's lives. I want you to keep that thought or that idea in your mind, because that potential is within each and every one of us. In the book, You Too Can Be Prosperous by Dr. Robert A. Russell, he said the potential for one person is the potential for all of us. So if Les Brown has helped millions and millions of people's lives, every single person on this call can do that. And he said, you can live your dream. That's it, my friends. That's how simple it is. It's not rocket science. This isn't brain surgery. It's that simple. Every single person on this call can live their dream, because the potential for one person is the potential for every person. That is the key theme in the book, You Too Can Be Prosperous, The Science of Getting Rich, Think and Grow Rich, whatever book you want to talk about. That's what they're trying to tell you, is whatever somebody's done, everybody can do. So we are going to read this. This is the order, my friends. So if you could write out on a piece of paper these letters. This is the order for the mastermind group today, okay? D for David, K for Kevin, M for Matthew, L for Lloyd. Who's our other M? Mark. MA for Mark, V for Vicky, VA for Valerie, and A for Alan. So I'm going to start us off here, my friends. The purpose of the mastermind is to learn leadership, build teams, and create multiple sources of income together. Go ahead and read that next one, Kevin.
We are here to inspire and challenge each other to reach and exceed goals.
Each member is committed to their own success as well as the success of every member of the group.
We are committed to meeting in person or virtually for 1 hour every week.
We are present. There is no multitasking or distractions during the meetings.
We are collaborative. We listen without interrupting, lecturing, or judging.
We celebrate each other's successes without jealousy.
We are honest and participate by giving thoughtful feedback.
We are open and listen to different perspectives without being defensive or offering excuses.
So it says we trust fellow members enough to share fully.
We are focused, but we also think it's important to have fun during meetings.
We are real and authentic. This is a no BS zone. We allow ourselves to become completely aligned with each other and the high forces: one mind, one soul, one love.
Noble Goldman International is a conscious, aware, and engaged global community of abundance and freedom creators.
Our mission is to create 1 million millionaires who are free from the time for money paradigm. We focus on creating multiple streams of income through masterminding, team building, and the effective utilization of the internet-based platforms.
The mastermind becomes an opportunity for self-mastery, where the self-transcendent shift from the me to the we to the us occurs. As congruence and engagement increases, the world's consciousness is then raised one meaningful and inspired relationship at a time.
All right. So in that same order, if everybody could just go through and just really quickly, Matthew, if you could time us for 30 seconds, either share your wins. We just did that on our last call. So if you shared your wins on your last call, please, instead of sharing your wins, just share what your thoughts about the last call was. Was it a success? Did we accomplish something? Did we experience some growth? And then anybody who's new on this call, please share your wins for the week. And I'm going to pull up our slides while you guys do that.
I guess we'll start with me. The last call was an amazing call. Calls seem to be getting better and better each week. The Lloyd call earlier was an 11. It was perfect. I mean, I really enjoyed it. Had my win. My big win is Mark. Mark is a new Gold Star member. Also had another wonderful call with Havana. Chikoto, who's from Switzerland. He's a brilliant guy, and hopefully he'll take the leap and join us shortly. But yeah, no, all is good.
For me, I've already done a mastermind this weekend, you know, the one before. I thought it was awesome. It was really fun. And I find that they are getting better and better, and I'm kind of learning more and more each week so that I can start brainstorming how I want to put a couple together for myself as well, because this is a blast. This is so much fun. Can't wait to be doing this full time. I'm so excited.
So it's me then. Awesome. Yeah, no, I love masterminding for so many reasons, because I think at this point I must have led nigh on 500 of them, and they're incredible. They're all so different from one another, and whether you might perceive that you might be the person who's quote unquote leading the mastermind actually has nothing to do with the individual. It has everything to do with what you can contribute to others and what they contribute to one another and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, I'm really enjoying it. What's I suppose I should share my wins, do I? Well, why not? Okay. So yeah, I have 3 new Gold Star members this week, and 2 of them are paid forward. So I don't know what you know about the paid forward system. What's kind of interesting about it is when you're initially paying forward, it feels like you're losing something, quote unquote. It's a weird feeling. You're like, I think I get it, but I don't know if I get it. But then later, when you start receiving paid forwards, you start to understand, so that's what it feels like to receive. This feels good. And then that just continues to come again and again and again. So abundance comes from work done long time ago. So because we are, we're at one point an employee, I'm guessing everyone may still be, that we want to guarantee and we want to get paid right now because it's my rights for whatever I'm doing right now, or the very most a month at the end of the month. It's just so different. So yeah, there's loads of other wins, but that'll be the primary thing, I think.
The biggest win is just joining Noble Goldman and ready to grow and learn and see what I can help with the group with Noble Goldman. Really excited about this and can't wait.
Welcome aboard.
Welcome. So I was on the previous call, so I'm not going to do my wins, but I was actually happy this week because this will be my 6th mastermind group this week. And for me, that's a first to do 6 in a week. But what I love is that they're all different and each person brings something different to them. So it's based on their personality. And I honestly love the mastermind group. So I've already said this, but David, you know how much I appreciate you reaching out to me back in June. So I just continue to benefit. So
awesome, Vicki. Thank you for being here. Go ahead, Valerie.
I was on the last mastermind meeting, so everybody knows my wins. The mastermind meeting was excellent. I learned a lot. I know I have to do a mastermind meeting myself soon, so I'm just kind of on the fence and listening and learning. So thank you.
Good job. It'll come when it comes. You're doing an excellent job. Go ahead, Alan.
Let us know when
Good
you've
morning.
done it, Val. We'll be there for you. Let us know.
Thank you.
Good morning. So my win this week was I developed one multiple source of income aside from my self-employment. It's only yielding me pennies right now, but it's more pennies than I was yielding before I had it. So I'm counting it as a win. Thank you.
Awesome. Go ahead, Phil.
Yeah, I was in the call this morning, so the mastermind group this morning, it was great to see some new faces, great to see the group growing. The interaction is just fantastic. Getting to know everyone a little better all the time is just such an amazing feeling. It's just a great group of people.
Awesome. Thank you so much for being here again, Phil. Really appreciate you. So we got we do specific things in this leadership mastermind group every time, and they take a little bit of time, but that's my passion. That's what I love to do. These are the things I want to share with the world. So we're going to go through these things really quick. Then we're going to get on to the chapter. So this is Gold Star Leadership Mastermind Group. I titled this, You Are Attracting Who You Are, based on some of the different laws of leadership we're going to go over today, which I think are very interesting considering we study that same stuff, and you too can be prosperous. So this is an international mastermind community that operates according to the golden rule: do unto others as you want done unto you. It's so simple. Les Brown said, help other people's dreams come true and you will achieve your own dreams. It's not rocket science. This isn't brain surgery. We just have to help people help their dreams come true. And in the process, that's what we receive back from them and from the universe itself. So Kevin, could you read this for us?
Sure. You are an infinitely powerful soul. All the powers in the universe are already ours. It is we who have put our hands before our eyes and cry that it is dark.
So that's Swami Vivekananda. The guy accomplished more. He only lived to be like 34 or something like that. And he did that by choice. He didn't want to live a long life. He just wanted to be closer to God, which is a very foreign concept to most of us. But he accomplished more in his 34 years or 31 years or whatever than most people accomplish in 3 or 4 or 5 lifetimes. So he's just an incredible human being. This is answered prayer for this group. This is something we put out in the universe. We want to meet here every single year. We want our 12 leadership, the 12 people on this leadership mastermind group that are going to be the leaders here. We want to do a live mastermind group meeting here every single year. And we want to have our little computers in front of us and be talking to, thousands of people all over the world in our different teams. I think this picture, this location and that feeling of true prosperity just, says everything. Because I think in our last meeting, we covered that true prosperity is a lot deeper than just money. It's the people on this call. That's true prosperity. This is another picture of it. It's just an absolutely amazing place. The place is in Greece. It's Stella Island Resort. So we're going to read through these affirmations inspired by the book, You Too Can Be Prosperous. I'm going to read the first one. I am prosperity. Go ahead, Kevin.
I am radiant health.
I am unimaginable strength.
I am perpetual youth.
I am limitless energy.
I am infinite creativity.
I am unconditional love.
I am divine substance.
I am divine life.
I am divine spirit.
I am divine truth.
I am divine love.
I am divine light.
I am divine beauty.
I am divine joy.
I am divine power.
My soul is infinitely powerful.
My higher self moves through all restrictions and knows no opposition. It is infinitely powerful.
Awesome. That last affirmation or prayer was inspired by Joseph Murphy, who said, the self of man or woman moves through all restrictions and knows no opposition. It is omnipotent. He was talking about your soul, your higher self, your true self, the universe, whatever you want to call it. This is a special prayer we say at the beginning of every one of these meetings. I believe that the law of prosperity operating through me and every single person in this mastermind group meeting today is blessing and enriching all the families on earth now. This is this concept or idea that we want to be a blessing to all the families on earth, that we can actually be a blessing to this world. So this is something from our other mastermind group meeting. If you could read this for us, Matthew.
When the thought of prosperity is firmly fixed in consciousness, its manifestation is certain. Dr. Robert Russell.
Awesome. Yeah, we just had an amazing mastermind group meeting on that book, and it's just such an amazing book. And then so this video is going to end our prayers for this meeting. But this is a very important prayer that's been, it is something that I've been inspired to share with you and the people in this meeting, specifically the Leadership Mastermind Group meeting. So we're going to listen to this healing Native American music, and we're going to write down on our piece of paper with our pen, I am radiating boundless love to all the families on earth now. This is what we call the law of attraction, or otherwise known by Charles Snell as the law of love. And it's putting that positive energy out into the universe. So just relax, my friends, listen to this healing music, and just keep writing that until we're done. That is the prayer that I created, inspired by all kinds of different wisdom and things that I've learned about the subconscious mind and how prayer works. So we're going to read this, my friends. This is a quote by the man. The good man is the friend of all living things. Mahatma Gandhi, one of the greatest leaders of all time. Kevin, could you read this next one for us?
Man becomes great exactly in the degree in which he works for the welfare of his fellow man. Mahatma Gandhi.
Yeah, that's one of the key concepts that John Maxwell talks about in the book, The 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership is, you know, it's about adding value to others. Being a leader is about advancing others. It's not about advancing ourselves. And the degree to which we do that is the degree to which we do advance ourselves.
The good man is the man who, no matter how morally unworthy he has been, is moving to become better. John Dewey.
And everything we do here in this Leadership Mastermind group is based around this one concept of, Jim Rohn said the challenge of leadership is to become something more than average. Brian Tracy found the average person only lives up to 2% of their potential. So all we're trying to do here is elevate ourselves every single day, just increase our average, even if it's by a small percentage, it all adds up in the end. And then Lloyd, thank you so much for being here today. This is an amazing quote for Lloyd to read, because he lives his life this way, and he's an awesome leader in this community.
Thank you. Victims make excuses, leaders deliver results.
So Dr. Robert A. Russell said, you know, hope is when you think it could happen or it might happen. Faith is when you know that it will happen. And leaders are people that have a faith-based mindset. You know, Napoleon Hill talks about that in the Think and Grow Rich book. That's what makes things happen is faith. Hope doesn't make much of anything happens. That's kind of the victim mentality or mindset, that it could happen or it might happen. Okay, so we're going to go through this in the order. This is from the Mastery Manual by Robin Sharman. It's just an absolutely amazing book, and there's so many great little nuggets of wisdom. If you could time us each, we're going to talk about this for 1 minute, starting with me, Matthew.
Okay.
So if I was living a truly extraordinary life, what would it look like? What would be different between that life and my current life? You know, the thing that would take my life to an extraordinary life is just being more focused, starting my day off in a more focused and concentrated way. Like, you know, I've fallen off the bandwagon with the 90-day success challenge. I've talked about that. You know, Kevin's the one that's truly leading our team to greatness, and we all have to follow his example, because he's finished the 90-day success challenge. He's working his way toward where we all need to be here. And that's what my life would be truly extraordinary is committing to these processes and sticking with it. And I mentioned that in our other mastermind group, as that's one of my own calls to action on myself, to hold myself accountable. Kevin, could you go next?
Sure, absolutely. By the way, thanks for introducing me to this Robin Sharma. I didn't know much about the guy, and I did watch a video this week, and I'm going to continue to watch his stuff. He seems like an amazing person. Yeah. For me, living an extraordinary life, you know, I want to get to the point where, you know, I have enough time, you know, enough freedom, financial freedom, doing things on my terms, you know, when I want, how I want. I want to be able to help others. You know, I truly believe in this pay it forward community that we're involved in here. And, you know, I coincidentally enough, last night I woke up around 3:30 and something just popped out of my head. And, you know, I've always been searching for a way to give back and to provide service, and I really couldn't put my finger on it. But last night I got up and there was nobody awake for me to tell this to. But anyway, I'm telling it to you guys, is that, you know, pay it forward. I want to create a pay it forward community where, you know, each one teach one, taking the knowledge that I know and passing along to somebody else, and making sure that that person who received it from me is going to do the same for somebody else. And try to, I don't know how I can do this, but I just want to figure out a way that would be something that would really impact myself as well as other people. So.
Love it, Kevin. Go ahead, Matthew.
Oh, if I was living a truly extraordinary life, what would it look like? Well, me and my wife would be traveling anywhere we wanted to go because that's something she hasn't been able to do, nor I, for our lives. So that's something I really, really want to make happen. I'm going to have my backyard shaped into the paradise I want to make it into for my wife, to give her a nice, relaxing spot that she can just chill out in and just be happy and enjoy this beautiful existence that we get to be in. And we have a lot of natural beauty here, so it's really pretty awesome. And then I'll be looking into going to visit castles and stuff like that to get my mindset on achieving that goal of rehabbing a castle. So that's it for me.
Cool.
Awesome.
I love that. I think everybody kind of deep down wants a castle, but anyway, actually for me, it's a little different in the sense I could talk about all the wonderful places I want to visit, but I spent a lot of time traveling around the world doing things on my own terms I think forever. Actually, I've lived life on my own terms, and not necessarily to the lack of detriment of other people. So when I noticed, Dave, when you but that other thing was the good man who is, despite any past experiences, whether good or otherwise, strives to be better every day, really struck a chord with me. So for me, I have my plans to live in the south of Spain and to have a house that matches exactly the same house facing the same direction from the coast of Morocco. And I have that whole side of my answer. But otherwise, just to be fully living in love and tolerance is something that I would consider to be an extraordinary life, because obviously I lead a huge group of people, and there are obvious challenges that come with responsibility. But you got to be also fully in the moment for the people that you're doing it for, and that is not always the case.
Love that, Lloyd. That's awesome. Go ahead, Mark.
I think the biggest thing would be like what Kevin was saying, living my life on my own terms. Right now I work swing shift, so then I work all different hours. But being able to give back and help people around me, especially I'm getting financially free, and being able just to help and teach and learn and grow.
Yeah, so for me, I have a lot of big dreams. So I also want to travel, but besides traveling for fun, I want to travel because I want to do trainings and speaking engagements, and I have ideas of what I want to do. I also have a big dream to build a community here in Montreal where it's self-sustainable. So even geothermal, solar, kind of mixing conferences, trainings, masterminding with people coming in from all different alternative kind of therapies and different things. I want to be able to be financially free, but I also want to make enough money to give back, whether it's here locally or internationally. And paying it forward has been a part of my life for a long time. And I'm very blessed that for the 8 years I've been on LinkedIn, most of my connections are like-minded like me, and I just continue to meet more. And for me, it's the best feeling to come across people who think the same way I do and have the same values.
My truly extraordinary life would be, we bought a 100-year-old house. We bought my grandfather's brother's old house, so I'd like to get it completely renovated. The upstairs is still just gyprocked, so that would be an ideal life, have it all completed in the way we want it. I would also like to help my church. Our church is a small one, but it also almost went down a couple years ago why the membership was so low. So I'd like to be able to help them and not have to worry about paying the bills, just have a church every Sunday. And that would be my ideal life.
Love it. Go ahead, Alan.
All right, so my extraordinary life, I'd be more, I'd have my daughters closer. I'd be helping others. I have a passion for social justice, homelessness, addiction. So I don't know what that looks like, but I would be helping someone I would have enough savings built up to where, I'd still have to work, but if anything ever happens to my job, I would have a cushion to be able to just get me back for a while. So I would have some stress in my life. And that's it.
Awesome. Thank you, Alan. Go ahead, Phil.
All right. My extraordinary life consists of me supporting and taking care of my entire family and all of my loved ones. It would consist of me using my platforms to inspire people and help countless others improve their lives and become the best that they can be. I'd be taking small and big steps on a daily basis to do what I can to make the world a better place for all of us.
Awesome. Love it. Make the world a better place for all of us. Just a little bit, like that one book we're going to mastermind over, changing the world one small act at a time. I mean, it's really comes down to that. Did everybody get a chance to journal over this for 10 minutes?
Yes, I did.
Anybody else? Did everybody get a chance to do this, or did anybody not be able to do this?
Yes.
This is something I would like everybody in this mastermind group to commit to every single week is 10 minutes in your journal masterminding over this question. So if you need to write it down, please write it down. But every single week, just spend 10 minutes or do more, do this more days, but at least one day a week, because Ralph Waldo Emerson says the only person that you're destined to become in life is the person that you decide to be. So who is that person that you're going to be 24 months from now? Because your soul is the most powerful force in the universe. And if you don't put it out in the universe, it's not going to come back to you. We have to be very, very clear about what we want our life to be like 12 months from now, 24 months from now. And this is a great thing to keep getting more and more clear about, and really get clear about your goals that you put into your NG profile. Because every single day, I don't know if everybody's doing it here, but you should be logging your high performance success habits, whether it's affirmations, visualization, study, or productivity towards all of your goals in life through the NG profile, because it'll make your confidence levels go higher than they've ever been in your entire life. I promise you that's true. It's definitely true for me. And I believe it's true for Kevin and Matthew and a lot of people that are doing that. So we're going to go over this one really quick. 30 seconds, everybody, if you could share what is the best lesson that life has taught you so we can learn and grow from each other. Go ahead, David. All right, I'm going to go. So Osho said, life begins where fear ends. And fear is something that doesn't exist in your subconscious mind. This thing that Tri Chinmoy said, he said your soul is infinitely powerful. It's the most powerful force in the universe. There is no fear in your soul. It's all something that's created in your conscious mind. And it's created based on the world we live in. The average person's only born with 2 fears. And then throughout life, they're taught up to 800 different fears by the people around them. So the lesson that life has taught me is be absolutely fearless. Go ahead, Kevin.
Yeah, I think what the best lesson that life has taught me is that, every day, everybody on the planet goes through uncomfortable situations. Every day there's a struggle. And I've learned only over the past several years after studying that everybody has that. Nobody's immune from it. So, it's just how life is. And that having faith, knowing that, everybody's going through it and that it'll all work out, and just having faith, knowing that, as long as I keep a positive mental attitude, that things will work out, and, keep going. I mean, don't let it get you down. It's just how life is, and to, have faith that it's all going to work out and just move on, and not to dwell on the negative side of it. Look at the positive side of the result.
All right. For me, what is the best lesson that life has taught me? I think for me, it's an energy thing. Like everything is energy. And now that I've done a lot of studying, I've learned that thought produces energy, and it actually is it's like a physical thing. But the fact that we can direct that into whatever we want to direct that into, whether it's sending boundless love to all the families of the earth now, or whether it's doing whatever it is that makes you excited and brings you joy and love, that it just keep going and everything will work to that end. And I think it's a brilliant thought. And I think that if more people understood it, that they could have that fall in love kind of with life again feeling that I want to spread to the world.
Oh yeah, I love that. So Matthew's goal is he wants to create a movement where people fall in love with life again. And I've said that since the first day we talked about this, bro. That is an absolutely brilliant idea. That idea could, like Les Brown said in the beginning, he said, you know, you going after your dreams can literally change millions of people's lives. A simple idea like that could literally change millions of people's lives. It's brilliant, bro. Go ahead, Lloyd.
This is a very interesting question, because I'm going to answer in a way you guys are probably not expecting me to answer it. And I'm going to go like super, super personal on this. Is that I have a friend of mine who I've been friends with since I was like 11 or 12 years old, who doesn't talk to me anymore. Okay. And it was like, I don't know, maybe 8, 9 years ago that he just stopped taking my calls. So every year I sent him a happy birthday message and I sent him a happy Christmas message, and I never got an answer. So what I recognize is that in this process of me becoming a better person and me becoming a leader that's worthy of leadership and all that sort of stuff, that actually is what drives me to never let anybody down again in life. Which is like super personal, but it's, you know, you're probably getting the shivers now because I got the shivers. Is that you know, I just refuse to let anybody down, like ever again, on any level. And so that's what drives me to be the person that I am unfolding into.
Love that, Lloyd. Thank you so much for sharing. That really touches my heart.
Love it.
Right now, the biggest thing that has caught my attention is to simplify my life. Finding out about, you know, I had to move was a little bit over a year ago because of my job and everything. Now I see it as a blessing because I can start over and not have so much stuff in my life making me go all over instead of being focused and concentrated on what I need to do. In order to grow, to be able to give back, I need to be able to focus, grow, and learn, and become the person so that I can give back to everybody in that.
Mark, that's awesome. I love that. Simplify my life. I think every single one of us could benefit so much from that simple thought. And there's so much. I mean, that thought alone, that reminds me of the definition of true prosperity that we were talking about in the last mastermind meeting. That's brilliant. Go ahead, Vicky.
So for me, I think because I'm a social worker and it's always been me that helps others. So probably one of the best lessons I'm learning is that I have to learn to accept help from others myself. So I've been doing that lately, and it's been an adjustment, but people are pointing it out and saying, you've helped so many others, let people help you. And also just that we can get through anything. I mean, I've been through so much in the past 7 years. You guys only know parts of it, but I'm still here, and I have this big vision, and it's just, if anything, it's just pushed me further of what I want to do. So we're stronger than we think. We can get through anything. And also for me, the golden rule, so kindness and gratitude is a huge part of my life, and it brings me so much happiness and joy to do it that I do it just to do it. I'm not expecting anything back, you know? I just do it because I want to bring happiness and joy to other people, and I want to teach them about kindness and gratitude and what a difference it makes in your life. That's it.
Vicky, that is amazing things you shared. And we start this off with the golden rule: do unto others you want done unto you. I think it's really important to understand that if we're going to do unto others what we want done unto us, we have to open up to the receiving of that giving. And that makes so much sense. Let other people help you. Kindness, gratitude. I love that. Go ahead, Valerie.
I agree with Vicky. I'm surprised. So glad you said that, because we have so much strength inside of us. It's unbelievable, because I've been through so much in my life. We had suicide in our family, major health issues. I was raped when I was 13. So it's amazing the strength that you have in your heart and your soul. So dig deep, because it's there.
Awesome.
Hey, thank you so much, Valerie, for sharing that. You're such a blessing to this group. We really appreciate you being here. We know this isn't your home, but it is your home if you want it to be your home. Thank you for sharing.
Few lessons, actually. It's okay to fail. Failure actually yields progress. Don't take myself too seriously. And you took mine about fear. I've missed out on a lot of stuff because of fear. And my mentor says the same thing. Life's on the other side of fear. So take chances, take risks, and finally remain humble. Thank you.
Awesome. Go ahead, Phil.
All right, mine is it's a little quote that I come up with that I've shared before, and I like to let people know this as much as I can, that no matter who you are, no matter what you do, no matter where you are, no matter what's going on in your life, you have the power to become whatever you want to be. You have the power to do whatever you want to do. You have the power to change your life for the better. I mean, you have the power to change the world. And together, that power is multiplied exponentially, because I truly believe anything is possible.
That was awesome. I love the way you said that. To add to Alan, when he says be fearless, the Bible says perfect love casteth out fear. So your mind can only focus on one thought at a time. So just by thinking those loving thoughts, we give fear no room to be in our mind. So it's very powerful to think that thought, I'm radiating boundless love to all the families on earth now. So what would the child you once were think of the adult you have become? So I'm going to start this off. The child that I once was would be horrified at the adult I had become at points in my life where, I drank too much, I partied too much, I smoked for a long time. I did all kinds of things that were just, I have no idea who that person was or where that all was coming from, but it's probably, coming from a fear-based mindset. But I think the child that I, once was would be very proud of who I am as an adult now, because I realize that, you have to grow. You have to experience perpetual growth every single day. You have to become better every single day. You have to always be striving for something. So I'm going to give it to Kevin. Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, I'm with you. My little Shesh would kick my big Shesh's butt back in the day. I mean, my childhood dreams, obviously they didn't really come true. I wanted to be a baseball player. I got sort of close, but I'm with you, David. Did a lot of crazy, stupid stuff. I think the little Shesh in me would be disappointed at the past, but I think the little Shesh, seeing that I'm making the steps in the right direction as I'm getting more mature, I'm starting to be the voice of reason, and that I'm doing something about it to try to correct all of my past faults. So, and I've forgiven myself.
Awesome. I love how you say the little Shesh. That's awesome.
That's what I was known as, little Shesh, growing up.
Awesome. Little Shesh in the flesh. All right, Matthew, go for it.
For me, sounds like I'm in the right group. I feel like my child would be very proud of who I'm becoming and wouldn't really be surprised, I don't think. I've always been kind of in the dream world, and I love that dream world, and I love bringing dreams into the reality that we are living. And so I'm excited to see where this all takes me, but that child would definitely be proud, but would have totally kicked my middle person's butt because of what I did as well, and probably could. That's mine.
It's really interesting for me, because normally I'm the one leading and for so long I've been the leader, like for like maybe 10, 12 years at this point. So I don't often get to answer questions or think about these things. So thank you for this. Well, now I reckon that my little Lloydo will be quite proud of where I'm at and what I'm doing. And one of the interesting things about children is they just want everybody to be okay. And they just want everyone to get along. They want to be understood. They want to be listened to, and they want to be loved. So again, that this is really, I suppose, where I'm at as a leader at this point, is that I recognize that, you know, people are going to do their own thing. They're all going through a process. And so they never really get there as such. But I do definitely think that, well, the middle part was slightly challenging for sure. I think that bringing the imaginary world into the real world is something worth fighting for.
I think the same way, because I was pretty wild in my younger years. Something definitely wouldn't be happy or proud of in my little me. But now seeing where I'm going and the special time I have with my boys and everything, how I'm improving, reading, growing, joining Noble Goldman, working on myself. I think the little me would be very proud to see that I'm didn't stop growing, that I'm trying to grow, trying to learn, trying to help people.
Okay, so it's just Valerie, me as the ladies here. So I'm just gonna have to ask this question of you men. Is this like a man thing? Like you're all talked about all these crazy years and stuff. And I guess I was boring. Like I read, I'm like Matthew, I lived a lot in my head. I didn't do anything really too crazy, to be honest. Honestly, I became really the person I wanted to be as a child. I always wanted to help people. I wanted to be a writer, and I am one. The only thing I think the younger version of me would not be happy about is maybe some of the choices that I made or whatever happened with my life, especially with finances, but I'm on the path to fixing that. And I can tell you, I will not make that same choice with my girls. Like I'm really focused on wanting to teach them things that I was not taught about finances. I want them to be able to support themselves and to know that they're okay.
Awesome.
And they will be.
Awesome, Vicky. Go ahead, Valerie.
The other female.
Boring. That's me. I think my child would be so proud of me, because I was always very, 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 very shy, and I really came out of my shell. So I think she would be very proud of me. Also, your inner child is still there, so you have to feed it.
Yep. True.
Yeah, and don't feed it Oreo cookies all day long. Go ahead, Alan.
All right, it's been a long road, but now my inner child would be extremely proud of me. I was always fearful, you know, even at a young age, and I'm getting through that. And you know, yeah, that child would be proud of me.
Go for it, Phil.
All right, yeah. If my younger version of myself was talking to me right now, he'd probably say, "Man, I knew this was going to be a wild ride, but what the hell, dude? That was crazy." And he'd probably just thank me for taking all the experiences and not letting them become mistakes, but from learning from them all to become the person that I become today. So, yeah,
that is so beautiful. Like if I hadn't made all these, you know, huge mistakes in my life here and there. I mean, I make less and less now compared to what I did when I was in my 20s and stuff, but I wouldn't have my daughter, and I wouldn't, you know, be where I'm at. I mean, all these mistakes led me to the strangest places I would have ever imagined myself going. Like I'm in South Dakota right now. I didn't plan that out at all. But so this Leadership Mastermind group, I'm going to try to cut us shorter here because we're going over the hour and I don't want this to go too long, but we focus on 3 core elements or principles of self-realization. Lao Tzu said the greatest gift you could ever give humanity is your own self-transformation or self-realization story. So we try to simplify this process, and I think we do a wonderful job. So we focus on leadership development. So we're reading this book, The 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership. We're reading 3 chapters out of this book every single week and learning about these different laws of leadership, because John Maxwell said that your leadership abilities is crucial to determining your true potential in life. Without this, you can't realize your true potential, and you'll be like that statistic Brian Tracy found, where the average person only lives up to 2% of their potential. Then after we finish masterminding over that book 3 times, because Earl Nightingale said we become what we think about, so we want to do a really deep dive into every one of these books. We're going to read this book, Humankind. And every single time we read this book together as a mastermind group, we're going to be affirming subconsciously through the most powerful force in the universe that we are changing the world one small act at a time as a group. And the Talmud, an ancient Jewish text, said kindness is the highest form of wisdom that exists in the world. And the Bible said that wisdom itself yields better returns than gold. So this kindness movement that we're starting here in our mastermind group will put more gold or more money in your bank account than gold would over time. And that's based on, wisdom that's been around for thousands and thousands of years. Then we're going to mastermind over spiritual development, because Sri Chinmoy said your soul is infinitely powerful, meaning your soul is the most powerful force in the universe. So we're going to mastermind over this book, You Are the Universe. That's going to be a lot of fun. So I'm going to go over the laws that we went over this week really quick, and then we're going to wrap this up, my friends. So let me make sure I'm going to read this first one. This is the law of respect. So John Maxwell says, when people respect you as a person, they admire you. That's good. When they respect you as a person, they love you. I got a type out in there. Sorry about that. When they respect you as a leader, I think I got 2 type outs in there because I think I repeated that second line. I think the second one is when they respect you as a friend, they love you. And when they respect you as a leader, they follow you. So I have to fix that. If you could read this for us, Kevin.
Character, the willingness to accept responsibility for one's own life, is the source from which self-respect springs. Joan Didion.
So this is how we start to respect ourselves, and this is how we can share, this law of respect with others, so we can become the leaders that we were born to be. Matthew, if you could share the law of intuition with us.
The law of intuition. A leader has to read the situation and know instinctively what play to call. John Maxwell.
So intuition is one of the ways that our subconscious mind speaks to us. And our subconscious mind is in a timeless and spaceless reality where time and space doesn't exist. So it actually knows the answers and solutions, and it knows everything that can possibly need to be known. So really important to trust our intuition. Lloyd, if you could read this quote for us, I think this is a brilliant idea.
And the more you trust your intuition, the more empowered you become, the stronger you become, and the happier you become. Giselle Bundchen.
Yeah, so that's something that we can get from our subconscious mind or our soul, and it's something that's going to really help us in our leadership abilities. Mark, if you could read this, this is the law of magnetism.
The law of magnetism. Who you attract is not determined by what you want. It's determined by who you are. John Maxwell.
Awesome, awesome. So joy is the most magnetic force in the universe. Danielle Laporte, I think that's a really key concept to think about is, when we're joyful and when we spread joy everywhere, it's a very magnetic force. It's a very powerful force. And it's going to really change the type of people you attract into your life. Jim Rohn said, success is something you attract by the person you become. And this is how he went from, making like $50 a week to becoming one of the greatest motivational speakers of all time is daily self-improvement. Vicki, if you could read this quote for us.
It's not that people who make money become successful, but that successful people attract money. They bring success to what they do. Wayne Dyer?
Yeah, Dr. Wayne Dyer, yes. So we're going to skip over these questions here, but these are questions we think about every single meeting when we have time. What does leadership development mean to you? Think about this throughout the week. What does this leadership development principle that we're going over here mean to you in every single area of your life, whether it's your family, your friends, your coworkers, going after your NG, goals and your dreams. And then think about this throughout the week. How is this leadership mastermind group transforming your whole life? How is this changing your life? Because just showing up here every week just to talk isn't really going to add very much value to our lives. But we have to think about what things are happening in this group that are helping each one of us become better every day in every area of our lives. Because that's what I really enjoy about this process. This is my daughter, two of my daughters. This is my favorite quote from the Bible. This mastermind group isn't about religion. These, to me, this is about, the power of our thoughts, power of subconscious mind, the power of your soul. But above all, above every single thing, above your nationality, above your religion, above your politics, above, your color or your job, if we just loved each other deeply, everything else would just, fix itself. And I think kids know how to do that naturally. And I think that's why we naturally think kind and loving thoughts about them. I love this quote, and I shared this with us in our last meeting. You can be great just by being yourself. Everybody in here realize right now, once, if you haven't realized it up until this point in your life, realize that all the greatness you could ever achieve in life just comes down to this simple thought that you can be great just being yourself. You don't have to be anything other than just who you are. And this is proof of that. My daughter being great, my kids. And then if you could read this for us, Valerie, this is why we do that prayer about love in the beginning.
Cute.
The law of attraction or the law of love, they're one and the same.
So children naturally know how to radiate love to all the families on earth. They naturally know how to be a blessing to every family on earth. And as we become adults, we lose that natural ability because everybody tells us that that's not practical or that's not the way to live our lives. But it is the way to live our lives. And it's the only way to live our lives. It's the only way to make this world a better place. So, Alan, if you could read this for us. Thank you so much for being here today, friend.
Leadership is the challenge to be something more than average. Jim Rohn.
So when we're going on this 90-day success challenge, when we're bringing people into this opportunity, when we're bringing people into this mastermind group and allowing them to apply the mastermind principle in their lives, it just comes down to this one concept. We're here to help them be something more than average. And that in itself is just a beautiful thought or idea. I mean, we can change the world just by helping people become more than average. I never doubt that a small group of thoughtful, committed people can change the world. Indeed, it is the only thing that ever has. Margaret Mead, that is what we are doing here, my friends. We're a thoughtful, committed, fully committed mastermind group, and we are changing the world. This is our last thought or idea that we're going to end this mastermind meeting before we see each other's faces again. If you could read this for us, Lloyd.
Yeah, thank you. Your soul has a special mission. Your soul is supremely conscious of it. Maya, illusion, or forgetfulness, makes you feel that you are finite, weak, and helpless. This is not true. You are not the body. You are not the senses. You are not the mind. You are the soul, which is unlimited. Your soul is infinitely powerful. Your soul defies all time and space. Sri Chinmoy.
I want to thank you, Lloyd, for being here with us today. It was awesome to hear your thoughts and your ideas. If everybody could just go through really quick before we end, was this a successful meeting here today? Do you think we, accomplished some growth and the things that we needed, to get done today? Go ahead, Kevin.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's always good to hear other people's thoughts, and always learning something new. More than one thing. I'll tell you that much. Yeah, no, I mean, this is, like you said, it's a blessing that we're all here together, sharing our stories, sharing our thoughts and feelings.
Cool. Thank you, Kevin. Go ahead, Matthew.
Yeah, I love these groups, man. It really amps me up for the weekend, honestly. I get so excited, and then I start doing all kinds of stuff. But that's just my nature. I'm kind of a random human. I love to just go start doing things, and I got a date planned with my wife today, so I'm excited about that. And this puts me in the right mood for it.
Awesome. Awesome. Thank you for being here. Go ahead, Lloyd.
Well, it suddenly occurred to me that I want to be like David when I grow up. But apart from that, um, it's really fascinating to me how different one mastermind can be from another one. Like it's totally blowing my mind right now. Like it's hard to even put into words. So no, I'm very grateful to be here, and I'm really thankful that I made the decision, quote unquote, to be here. And yeah, I think you're doing a great thing, and I think the fact that we all have to ask ourselves what could potentially be very difficult questions, or really put us on the spot and I'm gonna say force exactly, but encourage ourselves to commit to some verbalization of what's going on inside. You caught me on a funny day because I'm in one of these like reflective moods, right? So normally I don't talk about stuff like this at all. So this is the most vulnerable I'm ever at. And so for me, it's been very cathartic, which is always a good thing, I think.
Yeah, that healing music, that Native American music, it'll sneak up on you. I think it really has I've brought tears to my eyes a couple times just listening to it. Let's do Mark, if you could share yours.
I greatly appreciate all this. Learning, growing. Also, with those questions and everything, it helps me realize more. I'm working on my trying to figure out my life purpose and my passion and everything. So it helps me to realize what I need to work on also. But it also, it's great to hear everybody's story and to learn and grow with them and everything. It's so true what you said that we can just be in these meetings, but if you don't do something, you're not going to get anything out of them. And it's so true about the next step, action step, to do something with what we've learned in this meeting.
Yeah, Mark, and that's the whole point is that we're surrounding ourselves with people that are getting better every single day. And when you surround yourself with people that are getting better every single day, you just naturally want to get better every single day. It's such an awesome experience. Vicki, if you could share with us really quick, we're going to wrap this up here soon. And I really appreciate y'all being here today.
I've already said, I love the mastermind groups. To me, it's in some ways it's returning to university. I love university because of the flow of discussions and learning and education. Quickly to let you know, both my girls' names, they're Hebrew names, but their names actually mean joy and happiness. So the definition for me, it fits. We did that on purpose. I really appreciate being here, and I agree with Lloyd. Like I said, this is my 6th one this week, and each meeting is so different, and you get different things out of each one, which I think is good. Like you see how different leaders or whoever runs a group, how they're running it. So thank you.
I think it was a very successful meeting. You said tonight wisdom is better than gold, and I feel like I'm a millionaire right now. So thank you very much.
Go ahead, Alan.
This was definitely very successful. Just being part of a group that wants to live the golden rule is extremely powerful. So yeah, this was definitely a success.
Awesome. And then after Phil, the last thing is we're going to end this meeting. After Phil, we say bye, and then just share your 3 takeaways from this Mastermind meeting on our Infinitely Powerful Souls Facebook group chat whenever you can. It doesn't have to be instantly. But go ahead, Phil, and then we're going to say bye. Have a wonderful day after this, my friends.
Yeah, super successful mastermind today. I really love hearing different people's answers and perspectives on what's going on and their take on what we're doing. And Napoleon Hill said, no two minds ever come together without thereby creating a third invisible, tangible force, which can be linked to a third mind. And the more we do these, the more I can really, really feel that connection that we're all putting in together and what we're all putting out there. It is really a tangible thing, and if you put the feelers out there, you'll definitely feel it. It's amazing.
Yeah, and that third mind that he was talking about, it stays with us all week. If you notice, like if you keep masterminding every week, it stays with us the whole week, and it's God or the universe, or it's the most powerful force in the universe, but it's real. So thank you so much for being here today. I really appreciate Lloyd joining us. I know he's a very busy man, and have a wonderful weekend. Okay.
Thank you.
Bye.
Guys, thanks so much.
Bye.
Thank you all, man.
Thanks.
Bye.
Thank you, Dad.
Bye.